Right, here I am, yeah, back at Suffolk Triumph. Yeah, oh, they've got all their new demos out. Absolutely marvellous. Look at that wonderful Triumph Tiger. Yeah, excellent. But what am I on today? Yeah, Triumph Speed Twin 1200. Yeah, marvellous. I'll tell you why when I get going. Bar end mirrors. Oh, wow. Oh, listen to that. Let's get going. Now, this baby hasn't done a huge amount. Oh, look at that. Yeah, wonderful. Oh, what a marvellous colour it is too. There we go. Right, so I'm in road mode at the moment. But why am I on this? Let me get the visor down a little bit. I'm on this because I mentioned the T120 in a video I published. I rode a T100 a little while ago, and I was talking about the T120 and how the T120, let me get that mirror set up, that's wonderful, and same with that one as well. I thought I'd got it set up, now we've gone too much. There we go, wonderful, excellent. So yeah, and I was saying that the T120 has an awful lot of power. Of course, this has got a bit more power. It's also fuel lights just come on, Jake. Yeah, marvellous. Yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, so the T120 basically has the same swinging arm and frame and everything as the T100, whereas the Speed Twin, it's got Mazzocchi forks on it, it's got RTU rear suspension, and that makes a big difference. It's also got, of course, the twin Brembos on the front. Just watch all this traffic. There's a lot of traffic about at the moment, and it does make a massive difference, I think, anyway. Yeah, so this is just going to be a quick ride on this. I've ridden it quite a few times already, so I am sort of prepared for it. But yeah, so hang on, let's start with what it's got. So it's got the two ramp clocks, of course. It's got the rider modes. It's got 98 brake horsepower, something like that, and about 112 newton meters of torque. Yeah, 32 newton meters of torque more than the T100, and that's what I meant when I said in the T100 video about grunt. It's got proper grunt, as the T120 as well. But I think that the Speed Twin, if you're going for the 1200, I think it's got to be the Speed Twin. I just think it's got to be, for all the upgrades you get for not much more money. Got a 6-speed gearbox, works just fine, clutch is light enough, and bar end mirrors, which they're not set up perfectly, I've got to be honest at the moment, but I'll sort those out later on. Yeah, so what I'll do, I was planning on doing the Suffolk Road, and I think I still might. Yeah, but yeah, so not quite the retro styling of the T120, but it still looks pretty retro, and it still looks classic motorbike. seating position slightly more forward into the wind, which you need to be, I think, as well, which was one of the other problems with the T120, is you sat a bit more upright, and that means that at speeds in excess of the national speed limit, you'd get a hurty neck. Yeah, I used to get a hurty neck on my T120, whereas this, just tipping you forward a little bit, helps. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is gonna go down the A12 a little bit. Obviously this is going to be no problem for it at all. Of course we are running in as well. But obviously it's no problem up to the national speed limit, and this is just taking it nice and steady because it has only done a handful of miles. Yeah. Right, no problem at all down the dual carriageway. I get in trouble for calling it a motorway. Yeah, people tell me it's not a motorway, Tame. Get your act together. I know it's not a motorway, but it's as close as we get in Suffolk to a motorway. The handling on this is just absolutely superb. Yeah. The sound from that 1200 twin is also nice as well. Yeah. Next, we've got the washboard road. Now, the washboard road is a road, if you don't know, that has it's been rippled by all the HGVs and stuff that go over it, and it can give you quite a quaver to your voice when you're talking, or if you're singing, and I often sing to myself. Yeah. But it is a fantastic test for the suspension. Some bikes don't handle it well, others just float over it, but we'll see. So here we go, dual carriageway ahead. Oh, and he's going that way. Marvellous. So I don't know if you can see it, the suspension seems to be handling this really well, and I can feel it in the back of my throat when I'm speaking. It continues to get worse, and then it gets lumpy bumpy towards the end, but that is absolutely superb. Yeah. Oh, no trouble at all. Like I say, the bumps get bigger and bigger, but now we're going to go on to the Suffolk Road. Let's hope we don't get stuck by a train. If we do, I bet Charlie's on there. So even the suspension over that level crossing doesn't disturb it at all. I do like the sound as well, it's got a real rumble to it. Very nice. It definitely feels so much more sporty than the T120. Brakes, of course, twin Brembo. Oh, listen to that. Yeah. And then we're on to the Suffolk Road, which is sort of typical Suffolk back road. We've got horses, tall people, short people, bicycles, cars, gravel, mud, potholes, and it's a while since I've been down here, so I am going a bit steady because I don't know what state the potholes are in. No, I know what they are like everywhere else. We have also had mattresses down here, but this is just having no problem at all with these potholes and bumps. And just here I'm going to stop and do the walk round. Yeah, marvellous, because I can get to see the river and a few sailboats maybe. But let's get in here like that. Look at that, wonderful. Anyway, ignition off, side stand down, and let's have a little look at it, because this is quite a beauty, I think. A nice paint job. There you go. What do you think? Triumph Speed Twin 1200. Just wonderful. Right, here we are. Yeah, let's have a good look at it, because it is rather nice in this red and black. It's sort of like the scrambler design that they did on the paint job, I think. But let's start at the front. Nice round headlamp. I have no problems at all with the headlamp on my T100 or on the Thruxton, so I shouldn't imagine that's an issue at all. Big Brembo brakes on the front, twin, yeah, work really well. And 17-inch I think it is the wheel. High gloss black it is, and it does look really nice and shiny. Of course, alloys, not spokes as well. That marvellous engine, 1200 cc's, 98 or 99 brake horsepower, 112 newton meters of torque, and that exhaust sounds lovely, really throaty. I like that. And of course 17-inch on the back and high gloss black wheel. Yeah, wonderful. Bar end mirrors, great for seeing out of when you get them set up right. Twin clocks, just wonderful. All the switch gear is intuitive. Maybe it's because I ride Triumphs a lot, but you just automatically know where stuff is, and it's very easy to use and reliable. Yeah, the clutch, light as a feather, really, considering, you know, this is a 1200cc motorbike. No trouble at all, really. The seat, 809mm. Mrs. Tame, plenty of room for Mrs. Tame there, I reckon. She'd probably like a grab rail on it, and of course there's no centre stand, but you can't have everything. No, in fact, not many bikes do have a centre stand, let's be honest. The tyres on it are Metzler's. Yeah, comes with Metzler's. Oh, never knew that. Well, there you go. They seem to do the job well, and what a cracking bike it is. Yeah, here in the Suffolk countryside. Yeah, look at that with the river, and a sailing boat there going up there without its sails up. Wonderful. But let's get back on the road and see how it does on the senses test. Right, here we are, back on board, ignition on, brrr, ding, marvellous. Oh, and we're off. I mean, just listen to that. Just wonderful. Anyway, let's get on the road and do the senses test. Yeah, marvellous. just haven't quite got the mirrors set up quite right. Oh, it's bumpy down here, bit tricky to do your mirrors, but that's wonderful now. Marvellous. Right, so the rest of the Suffolk Road, bumpy as hell, especially on this corner. I mean, look at that. Whoa, marvellous. Quite narrow as well. But straight off, what we got taste, well, this is a big chunk of candy if ever there was. Possibly even a toffee apple. Yeah, long time since I've had a toffee apple. I think the last one I lost a filling on, but very, very nice. Yeah. Smell, oh, it smells like a brand new bike. No smell of oil, water, anything burning, nothing like that. Just smells of new motorbike, and it's a very nice smell. Yeah. Then I guess it's, what does it look like? And that's the oddity about it, isn't it? It looks sort of retro, and I guess it is. It'd be in that category, I suppose. But it's like modern retro. You know, it's not like the Bonneville. Let me get my visor shut. Yeah, I don't know where you would categorise it. It looks like a motorbike should look, a sports motorbike from the 70s. Yeah, I reckon. Anyway, I don't know. I'd like to know what you think it looks like, and if you understand what I mean. It's sort of retro, but not. Yeah. Anyway, it is wonderful. But if you prefer something more angular, you know, and modern sports bike, then you might not like this. And then I guess it's on to touch and feel. What's it? What does it? You know, what is it like? It's top-notch quality. You knew I was going to say that. It's a Triumph. I know some people will argue with it, but to me, it really does feel like a top-end brand. Yeah, just what you would expect it to. And then the sound. Well, best slow down a bit. Going a bit quick. I could even get my visor up, couldn't I? Yeah, the sound is wonderful. Hopefully some of that has been picked up, but I just can't seem to get the sound captured of the exhaust. I need to run a separate mic or something. I must talk to Mr. Darcy about it and see how they do it, because they're fantastic at getting the sound. But yeah, I think it's wonderful. And then we're on to the sixth sense. You know, how does it make me feel? Well, I think I will leave that until I've finished on the A12, and just talk again a little bit about the handling, the brakes. The handling is superb over these bumpy roads. And from what I've seen from my mutters on potholes, none of the roads are fantastic that we're on, are we? You know, we have to allow for all sorts of things. And this seems to handle all that really well. It's not uncomfortable, it's a sporty position, but it's not uncomfortable, you know. It's sit in the saddle all day, sort of comfy, but sporty. Oh, look at that. Marvellous. So, now obviously this is brand new bike. I'm not going to rev it all the way up, but you can see, I mean, that torque is addictive, and I can see why people like the T120 and the Speed Twin. It is very addictive, and I find the same with my very own Thruxton. Yeah, wonderful. But there you go. I've just got to zip down the AA12 now, so I'll bring you back when I get off the A12. Yeah. Right. Quick blast down there. Absolutely marvellous. So the running in speed for the mileage it's done at the moment is 4,000 revs. Yeah, which equates to around about 75, 80. But how does it make me feel? Oh, it's dead comfy. I really like it. I do. But I prefer the look of the Bonneville, the T100 and the T120. And out of those two, I think the T100 handles better. But this torque is addictive. And if I was to have a 1200 again, it would be the Speed Twin. Yeah, I'd sacrifice the looks for the Speed Twin. And of course my mate Mercy Motos, he's got the orange one. Yeah, the Jaffa. Marvellous. They're definitely a class act amongst the bikes. Yeah, really are. Both in terms of performance and handling. And this I've kept in rain mode, in road mode all the time, and the fueling has been absolutely fine on it. I've heard mixed reports from people. Some say put it in sport, and others say put it in rain. But yeah, a few things you can do to smoothen it out if you do happen to have that problem. But like I say, at the moment on this one, no such problem exists, therefore no need to do anything. Yeah, just a wonderful bike. One thing though, these plastic affairs that they have for the brake reservoir always disappoint me, but apparently they're a performance part. Yeah, don't ask me how or why, I don't know, but it must be something to do with the way they hold the pressure. I just don't know. Yeah, but I would prefer something a little nicer than that, and I don't know quite how you do it other than put a metal one on. But yeah, just my little thought on those. We see them a lot now on all sorts of bikes. But there you go. Anyway, the time comes when you've got to take a bike back, and fortunately I've ridden this before. I've ridden different models before, so yeah, I've had quite a pleasant time on it. Oh, listen to that exhaust, it's just wonderful. At the moment I've got my Thruxton. I like my Thruxton a lot. Yeah, so would I have this over the Thruxton? Not yet. If the position of the Thruxton gets to me, then yeah, I might have a Speed Twin instead. But I just love my Thruxton. I love the looks of it. I like the position that it puts you in, and that's something I guess as well that I can't emphasise enough. The position is dead comfy. It does put you in a more sporty position, but it's not uncomfortable, and that is really important if you're going to be doing any motorway travel at speed. Yeah, because I found on my T120 the wind blast holding your head, it starts to ache. Yeah, but anyway, I'm almost back, and I have to hand it in, but it has been a marvellous little ride on it, and I think it is an excellent motorcycle. About 12,500, something like that. You'd have to check, of course, and of course if you hang on and buy it in winter, I've no doubt you'll get a discount on it over winter. Right, let's get it in here and have a little look at it. Into neutral, side stand down, over we go. Oh, let's have a little look. There we go. Triumph Speed Twin 1200, just marvellous. Here at Suffolk Triumph, also marvellous.